Whether you're preparing for your Part 2, Part 3 or standards check, it's important to develop your 5 higher level driving skills, which are awareness, planning, anticipation, car control and judgment. If you are preparing for your Part 2, these are the skills that you're going to need to demonstrate to an examiner in order to pass your advanced driving test. And if you're preparing for Part 3 or a standards check, then helping your students to develop these 5 higher level skills are going to help you to pass. One simple exercise that you can do to help you to develop those 5 higher level driving skills is to keep your wheels rolling wherever possible. And here's a short demo of me putting that into action. This isn't something that you need specific training for. It's something you can easily do by yourself in your own time. Every time you get out in the car and maybe driving from one lesson to another or just driving to the shops or wherever it may be, just see if you can simply keep your wheels rolling wherever possible. You don't need to give a commentary in the way that you're going to see me doing, but that said, if you can give a commentary, even if just to yourself in your own head, that's going to help your development even further. Listen up, have a watch, and hopefully this makes sense. So I'm putting out of the parking position now. There are a number of the vehicles in the car park. I can see that I've got an exit just up ahead. There is a blue car that's approaching the exit, but I can see that it's got its indicator on, so it's turning off. Have a little look into the side roads. Nobody emerging. Got some pedestrians crossing up ahead, so I'm going to anticipate that there could be more. So I'm going to approach this little speed ramp just with a bit of caution. It's not a give way here, but I am coming up to a T-junction. I'm going to be turning left. So I'm looking out for an opportunity to keep the car moving. So I'm sliding it back into first gear, approaching the junction really slowly, and now I can see there's no need for me to stop. I'm going to go left at the roundabout. Again, I can see the roundabout's empty. No reason for me to stop here. Now, as soon as I exit the roundabout, I'm going to be forward planning again, looking as far up the road as I possibly can. I can see there's nothing approaching at the moment, nothing behind. Okay, there are some pedestrians on the pavement, but they're not causing me any problem. Now I can see there's a sign for a roundabout just up ahead. It's a mini roundabout, so it's likely that my observations are going to be very restricted. There are some other cars approaching the roundabout and at the roundabout, so again I'm going to slide into first gear, and I'm just looking for the opportunity to keep the car moving, which I've got there. A little bit of gentle acceleration because there was another car that was about to come onto the roundabout, so just wanted to get out of their way. Okay. I'm going to be turning right here, so just going through my normal routine, having a nice early look into the side road and also up the road just to make sure that I'm okay to keep the car moving. Okay, the car followed me into this road. I'm forward planning. I can see that there is some form of farm vehicle coming towards me, and it looks like there's a queue of cars behind as well. So I'm just going to slow my speed right down here. There's no point in me driving up to the first parked vehicle in front and then stopping unnecessarily. So here I've been able to keep the car rolling because I've anticipated other vehicles coming from behind that tractor or whatever it was. You know, I've slowed down nice and early, and that's allowed me to keep the car moving. I'm not holding anybody up because they couldn't go anyway, you know, in terms of any vehicles behind me. And I'll be turning left just up ahead here. Okay, again, nice and early look into the side road, checking behind as well, of course, and then planning forward straight away. Okay, nobody coming towards me, nobody coming out of side roads, no pedestrians or cyclists to deal with, so I can make progress. I'm going to be going left at the roundabout. Again, now I'm looking for an opportunity to keep the car moving, so I'm going to bring the car's speed right down. Now I can see the roundabout's going to be completely empty, so I can just keep the car moving around. Again, forward planning into the new road as soon as I possibly can. Got parked vehicles on the left, a vehicle approaching towards me. So I'm just going to ease off my speed now. Again, always looking for an opportunity to keep the car moving. Nothing behind this blue vehicle, so I can safely pull out. Now I'm anticipating that other vehicles might come into this road, and there's one just approach. So I'm going to give them priority because the parked vehicles are on my side. I don't want to block the junction, so I'm just having a little look into that junction. And here I'm keeping the car rolling. There's a car that's just reversed out of a driveway, but they're now pulling ahead so I can safely accelerate. Again, another parked vehicle ahead. I'm going to be turning left at the end of the road. I'm going to anticipate that there may be another car that comes into the road at any moment. So I'm not increasing my speed. Okay, and now I'm slowing down for the junction. I'm getting that speed down really low because if there is something coming from the right, I want to keep the car moving if I can. Okay, planning again up ahead and behind. See, there's a row of parked vehicles, but it looks like there's enough space for two vehicles to pass safely. But a vehicle emerging from the right, I'm going to anticipate that they may be about to pull out in front of me, so I'm not going to accelerate, because if I accelerated and they pulled out, then I may need to brake quite sharply and come to a stop. Again, scanning the road ahead, looking up the road as far as I can see there's a pedestrian crossing coming up, so looking out nice and early, left and right, just for any evidence that I may need to slow down and let somebody cross. I'm going to be turning left just up ahead, just after the crossing. Again, planning into the new road, can't see anything that I may need to slow down or stop for just at the moment. Now I'm going to be turning left through the high street. Now of course, that's going to bring up the opportunity and possibility of pedestrians crossing, also parked vehicles coming out of parking bays either on the left or the right. So scanning up both sides of the road, looking up ahead, can't see any pedestrians crossing in front of me. There is a crossing up ahead, but it looks like there are going to be no pedestrians at the moment when I get there, but that may change. So I'm going to approach the crossing nice and slow. There are people on the right and left, but it doesn't look like they're going to cross, so I'll be able to keep the car moving. Okay, got a cyclist up ahead. I'm not planning on overtaking, he's pulled out anyway. Pulled in, should I say. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on driving up the end of the road. Now, a bit of a blind view up ahead, so again, I'm not going to accelerate in case something was just out of sight that I might need to react to. Going to be turning left at the end of the road. Again, I'm looking for an opportunity to keep the car moving. So I'm just going to slow right down at the T-junction. Okay, approach it nice and slow, give myself plenty of time to look all around, and now planning up ahead. So I've got a car that's approaching, I'm going to need to pull in for, but again, I'm not going to stop because I've pulled out nice and slow, anticipating that there may be a vehicle about to come through, and of course knowing the area that I'm driving in as well. Then that level of anticipation allowed me to keep the car moving. If I hadn't have slowed down and just pulled straight out, then the likelihood is I would have needed to brake to a stop and then gone afterwards. Okay, so again, similar routine here, slowing right down, turning left at the junction, anticipating that there may be vehicles that I need to slow down for. I'm going to slow down for this blue car, almost to a stop, but not quite. Okay, I was rolling around about 1 or 2 miles an hour there. But the important thing is I'm going through that thought process of what might be about to happen. I'm bringing my speed down. I'm controlling the car as I need to deal with anything that might be just up ahead. Okay, again, I'm dealing with the roundabout here. It's going to be empty by the time I get there, so just safe for me to pull straight on. Scanning up the road ahead, a bit of a blind view. Don't want to get any closer to this white van in front because again, they can see more than I can, and if they react and have to brake quite quickly and I'm too close, then I'll have to brake and stop with them. I'm going to be going straight ahead at the roundabout. Okay, so again, looking for an opportunity to keep the car moving. By approaching the roundabout really slow, right in the last sort of 20 yards or so, giving myself plenty of time to make any slight adjustments to my speed that I might need to in order to keep the car going. I've got a red temporary traffic light ahead. The cars in front are coming to a stop. I'm going to look to just creep up to the last car very, very slowly. Nobody on the crossing, so I don't need to stop for them. can see there are some vehicles that are approaching. If the lights are on a sensor, then it's likely they won't change until the last car has passed. So I'm just going to keep the car rolling very, very slowly, still doing about 1 mile an hour, and hoping that the lights will change. Of course they may not do, and they have. Okay, the lights have changed, so now no need to stop, and I'm able to keep the car rolling. Incidentally, there are benefits of keeping a car rolling. It's far more fuel efficient to do so. You're putting less wear and tear on the tyres, you're pumping out less fumes, and it's ultimately going to save you in your pocket, okay, because it makes driving cheaper and more affordable, and puts less wear and tear on the car, so your maintenance costs are going to be lower as well. So just slowing for a roundabout coming up ahead, I'm going to be going straight ahead. So again, anticipating there might be another vehicle about to join the roundabout, so I'm just going to slow right down. There's nothing there, so I can safely and gently accelerate onto the roundabout and into the exit road. So checking behind just to see if there's anything back there that I need to be concerned about. There isn't. And also by allowing a nice big gap between me and the vehicle in front, should they start to brake, I'm giving myself plenty of time to gently brake myself, bring the speed down nice and slowly, and again looking for the opportunity to keep the car moving if I can. Now at the end of the road here, it could be the first time that I might possibly need to stop, because I'm going to be turning right out of a T-junction onto a very normally busy road, okay, and there may be very limited opportunities for me to go. But again, I'm going to stack things in my favour by approaching the junction very, very slowly. It's quite an open junction, so I will be able to get a good look in both directions before I get to the giveaway line. And again, by bringing my speed right down, that's going to help me make the best judgment that I can. Okay, so coming down into second, now sliding into first. No point in getting any closer to these vehicles. I'm waiting for them to go. The van's now going, the blue car's moving forward, they're going as well. I can now look left and right. Left is clear, right is clear, and I'm away. I've got a roundabout coming up ahead, so I'm going to be turning right there. So obviously there is the potential for other vehicles to be approaching or joining the roundabout. So again, whilst I'm maintaining a decent speed, now I'm up to the speed limit, I'm not causing anybody a problem, I'm not holding anybody up. What I am going to do is start slowing down fairly early, and then slow right down before I actually make a decision to enter the roundabout. So assessing the vehicles on the right, looking at their road position, can see they're not going to be coming round towards me, so it gives me a nice early opportunity to make that safe judgment call that it's absolutely fine for me to enter the roundabout. Same thing here, smaller roundabout, same principle though, bringing the speed right down, approaching it nice and slow. You can see a vehicle approaching from the right, but they're indicating moving off, so no need for me to stop, just carry on driving. Okay, and we're nearly back to our start point, and I've not stopped once. Okay, so there you go. Quite a lot to deal with en route. It's not a terribly busy day today in terms of traffic on the road, but without having in mind those 5 high-level core skills that we need as driving instructors for our own development, for preparing to pass our Part 2 test, and then carrying those on into the way that we teach learners, then almost certainly I would have been driving around like vast majority of other people would have driven that route, and you probably would have stopped at least 3 or 4 times. In summary, practicing keeping your wheels rolling wherever possible is going to have numerous advantages and benefits. Of course, it's going to help to improve your 5 higher level driving skills,
strengthen your chances of passing Part 2, improve your teaching skills, make your lessons more effective, and support you in preparing for a standards check or a Part 3 test. Okay, so that's it from me. Thanks for watching, keep safe, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.